And what's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening, everybody? What's going on? K Mega 45 coming to you live from the 45 again. I was not expecting to do a video this quick, this soon, but shout out to my brother Tashawn. He hit me up and he was like, "Man, I got to hear something. I got to hear your thoughts about this." So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let the generals Sadia sit there and give out his comments and see what you guys think. Let's just hear it.
The secular growth category in entertainment, which we think is gaming, and said, let's double down on it. And it's been a passion for Microsoft ever since. In fact, I think Flight Simulator launched before Windows or Office even. And so it's like one of the longest franchises in this company. And so we said, let's take that joy of gaming everywhere, and that's why even these ads with Xbox now, where we are redefining what it means to be an Xbox fan. It's about being able to enjoy Xbox on all your devices. So our strategy with Activision content now is in full force. We feel fantastic about the progress we've made, and more importantly, I think on long term, as a company, we can bring the best of AI innovation, cloud innovation, console innovation, PC innovation to build the best games that can be enjoyed by gamers everywhere. And the love for gaming.
Okay. It was like I said yesterday. We don't all know exactly what Xbox is going to do. But one thing that I did address is saying that I want Xbox to address us one way or the other. And now this is like the third, fourth time that Xbox has given us the indication that yes, everywhere is an Xbox, even PlayStation, even Nintendo, wherever, right? Now, the question is, and listen, I've seen people all day have their opinions on it. And again, I'm going to give my opinion on it. And I don't think anybody's right or wrong on this aspect, because you can't tell an Xbox gamer that is a console gamer only that it's not right for them. What's up with you, the Blue? What's going on with you, Iron Mike? To tell them, well, you got to temper down and not be upset about this, right? You can't tell them that. It's one of those things where if somebody is been a fan of one particular piece of hardware, device, whatever, and it's gone, it is going to affect them in a different way. But it also, at the same time, you can't, for the people who are a diehard set about the console only and feel like the console is depreciated and things like that, they can't go after people that are saying, look, times are changing. The gaming spectrum is not the same. Everything that gaming has been, we see this change happening right before our eyes. And look, I'm all for it. Neymar, what are you saying? He says, Mega, you've been potting a lot this week. Sir, yeah, no, good. Yeah, I said I was going to be coming out. I was not expecting, though, to come out today. I was going to talk about this tomorrow, but like I got hit up by Trojan, I got hit up by some other folks, and I was like, man, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? Blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to just give my thoughts out here right now. And the Blue, he's saying like, look, this isn't this isn't Xbox gaming. This is Microsoft gaming, and that's the thing right there. Is it now? And it was what I talked about from what I seen from Killer Brill, and I read some of what he said. Is this going to be Xbox gaming or is this Microsoft gaming? And it looks like it's leaning more towards the Microsoft gaming. How I feel about it is, if you've heard what I said anything yesterday, then, that's fine. I'm just going to address it here now. Again, is that I don't like this move. I don't, but I'm an old traditionalist. I'm not so much a console only guy. I play on anything that's new tech, that seems appealing to me. So like, that's why, I play on pretty much any damn thing and everything. So, you know, I mean, and my primaries right now is Xbox and PC. And some people will look at that. Well, how is that possible? Well, again, it's just no different than when you are a PC gamer and you play on PlayStation. Well, PlayStation's losing their so-called exclusives to PC. So it's, you know, so for me, I have my ecosystem and the majority of my games are on Xbox. So it doesn't make any sense for me to leave a place where I have most of my games are at. Like I don't, you know, I mean, hell, my PlayStation has not been turned on in a month. So, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I'm seeing myself step away from not PlayStation products or software, but from the hardware. But that's on my camp. And I could see on the opposite side how if somebody may have wanted to play on some of these Xbox games that's coming up, well, they don't have to worry about that. They can wait and play those games on PC, or they can play them on Xbox, on PlayStation, if they decide to put all these, you know, send all these games over. And listen, it's like the point that I was just trying to make is that nobody's wrong on this situation on how to feel. Because you can't tell an Xbox gamer who is just traditionally about the console that they should not feel upset or discouraged. And you can't do the opposite of somebody that's saying, look, the future is going forward. You just can't do that because this move is not lateral. This thing is kind of like this. Like you just, you know, and we don't know which direction this is. Like for me, who thinks that this is a bad idea to put everything on a console, this thing could, but I understand also the situation of where the money is and how much money that they can get. The whole theory of what, and sometimes, and the PlayStation stands that, you know, you gotta give them their flowers on the fact that they did say that Xbox will eventually put their games on PlayStation. So there they go. Where they were wrong is that they were saying that Xbox would be the next Sega. Xbox is not going to be the next Sega. Xbox is going to run this. It's something that I've said and others that Xbox is going to run this division. It's just going to take time. Like the whole gaming market, Microsoft is going to run it. This strategy at the end, I think, will prevail Xbox to being that dominant force. I mean, there'll be some PlayStation stands, they'll laugh, Nintendo fans. This is where it's at. And like I said, the end, and it makes more sense about the end game for Microsoft when it comes to this gaming space, to where they don't have to really acquire anything except for maybe some small stuff. But the next big honcho, it ain't Sega, it ain't WB, it's Steam. It is Steam. If Gabe is wanting to get rid of Steam, or I should say, let Steam go, who is the best suitor to get Steam? And that is Microsoft. I'm telling you, they have a good, tight relationship. I mean, there used to be some turmoil, backlash about a decade or so ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago. That's not the case anymore. And I think that, and Gabe is not young. And look, this is one of these things where I see it. Will it happen? I have no idea. It's just me speculating. But I'm saying that the best, I think that definitely Microsoft is looking at this situation is like, hey, we get Steam, we're fine. We don't need anything else, especially massive, because what we'll do is we'll have full control of what we want to do. And if they can still continue to make consoles, which that's another problem. I mean, not to say problem, but that's another thought right there. Is like, is Xbox going to pivot and do something else? And I do think that Xbox is going to make another direction. I just don't, it's going to do another type of tipsy-turvy thing. I just don't know which thing it will be. Is it going to be that they'll be like, we did talk about doing consoles, but after this next console that comes out, I think we're pretty much done with it. Could it be the whole exclusive thing where Matt Booty brought up and said, look, we're thinking about doing games case-by-case basis? Something. There's going to be another pivot. And again, I am not going to be mad at Xbox gamers who's saying that Phil Spencer and others has lied to them, because that was not the initial plan. But Phil and them did come to the gamers this year and tell them that there's a new direction that's happening and be prepared for it. He did say it. But then, like I said, Matt Booty said what he said just a couple of weeks ago. And now you got Sadia over here breaking it down. And that's the man, that's the general, that's the one in charge. So I think that we can all say This is a done deal. We don't need to sit there and worry about it because it's going to happen. I can't say, yeah, well, no, there's nothing to worry about or thinking that, like I said yesterday, your life is not leaving. You know what I'm saying? Life is not over. So, and your gaming experiences doesn't change. It's just an uncomfortable feeling of knowing that the people that have shitted on Xbox content for so many years will still have now access to Xbox games without having to buy an Xbox. I totally understand that concept. And somebody who's been fighting the good fight for Xbox for so many years, to hear me saying that, it puts a bad taste in my mouth for sure. Let me drink some goddamn water because this is hard to swallow. Pause. And listen, but it's the Trojan horse effect. It's so many factors to this that is not only confusing but fascinating at the same time. If from my perspective, you know, let's see what my man Sir X-Man said. He said the concept of greed is destroying all of our old ways. Man, it is, but see, gaming has changed though, Sir X-Man. Gaming has changed though, and listen, gamers aren't buying these games like they normally have. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing, right? Like gamers aren't buying these games like we once were. I mean, I know that I've cut back. I bought a lot of games last year, but I bought twice as many like 2 years before or whatever. Like, I mean, the pandemic, I think I went really crazy, but I mean, it's more of a thing of being more conscious of the situation. I'm looking for more value than I am for just having clout to say, oh, I bought that game, I got that game. Like, I don't care about that silly shit anymore because it's more about, what's important for me and what brings me happiness. Like, I mean, it kind of, sometimes you get caught up into all that hoopla, like a lot of people be talking and it just doesn't make any sense. And then you find yourself buying 4 different titles, 4 of the same games, 3 or 4 of the same game, and you're only playing one on one console and beating it, but then yet you got the other 2. It just doesn't make any sense, right? Like, the whole aspect of where, like, what cracks me up is that stands will bring up about Game Pass and that you don't own your games and you're not paying for them and you're being cheap. And then but let me explain something to these dummies. You only own the license rights, the licensee rights. You don't own that game either. Just because you paid for that, they can shut that game down at any time that they want to, and you can't go after them and sue and feel like you got violated by them because you paid your hard-earned money for that game. That's in that fine print that most of us scroll through and ignore. That's letting you know, look, we have the right to take this game away from you at any point in time if we see fit. So we technically don't own these games like some people like we used to. So when Stans make up that stupid point, it kind of cracks me up and I just kind of move on from it, right? Like, I mean, I make that point and just say, hey, okay, keep it pushing. But the one thing about this is that with Xbox and how I feel, am I a person that's saying like, look, I'm going to have to step away from the Xbox brand because of the fact that Xbox is now going a different direction than what I am happy for? No, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, it's like I said, I got too many games invested into this into this ecosystem for me to say, oh, I'm packing shop, just going to PC, and then that's just only my primary place to play games. No, because I still enjoy the console. I'm still a console gamer. I mean, I put up my stats a couple of weeks ago, and you've seen that I did put in a lot of PC gaming time, but it was, my console gaming time just dog walked my PC time, right? So I'm still a console gamer at heart. I am playing on PC a lot more than I've ever have in my time of owning a gaming PC. But it's still the thing of it, like I'm still in the Xbox infrastructure though. So it's like I'm not going anywhere. Like I may not like what's going on, but I'm not going anywhere. Now for other people out there, I just, to me it just doesn't make sense. If you are an Xbox fan, it's not like Xbox is saying we're closing down shop and we're letting Sony acquire us. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's like Xbox is still doing Xbox things. Xbox is still saying that they're going to be making consoles. We do know that their next console is coming. There was somebody that brought up a point yesterday that was saying, like, I don't think that Xbox is going to make this new console going forward. No, they've already stated that they are. And then again, there's going to be other hardware with this handheld. So they see something that we don't. I messaged Phil and I told him, look, I didn't like it. I didn't like this move, but I'm like, but I support whatever that you guys do, because obviously you guys see something that we don't. So I'm not, so again, I'm still Team Green. I'm just confused on what the hell are we doing? That's it. That's, what I'm saying? That was my comment. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I didn't get a response back, but it's more, and I'm sure that he's got plenty of responses like that too, but I haven't got a response back yet, but I'm sure that eventually I will get one. And that's the thing, that it's like, look, we're doing the best that we can to do the things that we need to do for Xbox going forward. The gaming situation has just changed. The more and more that we see, and now, like, I mean, Jez posted another article that was saying that there's going to be more PlayStation games coming over to Xbox. And of course, the stands are saying it's not going to happen. I mean, we've already started to see that the armor has been chinked or cracked, I should say. I might be saying that wrong, but the armor's been cracked to the point to where nobody didn't believe that PlayStation was going to be putting their games on PC. And now the whole slate's over there. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense. Richilli said at least Don Matrick was honest. Don Matrick was honest, but Don Matrick doomed the Xbox One. He doomed it. He was too honest. Let me go ahead and read what Namor said. He said, I don't see the big deal. I don't see what the big deal is. It doesn't change where you play. I mainly play on PC, so my views may be skewed a bit. And see, if you play mostly on PC, then yeah, it is a little skewed because you're already comfortable on PC, right? A lot of Xbox gamers that play on console aren't. And that's the thing where I'm saying, like, we can't knock them for them feeling like Xbox is abandoning them. I don't take it that far, because it's not like that Xbox said that the Xbox staff said that they were done with consoles. They never said that. They said that they were going to continue to keep making consoles. The problem is that Xbox is not doing the traditional keep the games away from the competition, from your enemy, pretty much, and all that. And that, to me, is where I disagree with some of those people when they come out and they say, well, you're diminishing the console. No, you're diminishing the console. The console is fine. And nothing's wrong with the Series X or the Series S. I mean, you know, some people will dog out the Series S because of how it plays certain games and things like that. But for the money that you pay for, bang for its buck, there's nothing that's in the market like it. It is a fantastic console for the price. I mean, it is. No, it really is. So the console itself, they're fine. There's nothing diminishing about the console and how it works, and you see more and more games that come out. They play well. Hell, they've even outperformed the PlayStation Pro in some cases. So nothing's wrong with the Series X, right? The console is fine. It's just your perspective of thinking that the console, because you're seeing the writing on the wall, is that the console is about to be irrelevant. The console is already being irrelevant. Like, somebody was trying to make a point today about, like, the PlayStation is sold this. PlayStation ain't even nowhere close to the PlayStation 4 in sales. It will not outsell the PlayStation 4. And PlayStation stands know this themselves. They know this. That's why you don't see them bragging too much about the PlayStation 5's console sales. You see them talk about, You know, the same things that they always talk about usually is about a game winning an award or a particular game not selling well on Xbox or something of that nature, right? But they don't talk about like those unit sales like they used to, because they're not as nowhere near comparable to what the PlayStation 4 is. And then when they talk about the money aspect of it, about what PlayStation is bringing, it's like I told people, like I told somebody today, I said, look, all you got to do is look at the top, look at PlayStation's top 20. How many of those are first party titles for PlayStation? The game that won Game of the Year sold 1.5 to 1.8 million out of how many consoles out there? What, 50, 60 million? PlayStation 5, that's egregious. That's egregious. That's nothing cute. Now, did the game make money? I'm hoping that it did. I hope it gets a sequel, and it's got Game of the Year, so obviously it should. Fun game. But I mean, come on now, PlayStation gamers. I mean, y'all talking about Xbox gamers aren't buying no games. 1.5 million out of a console that it got 50 to 70 million consoles sold? Hell, I don't even know. I don't even keep up anymore. It doesn't matter to me, right? Thank you, Sir X-Man. Hit that like button. Show support. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't get it. I just don't. So again, PlayStation is going to, it said this yesterday, PlayStation is, and it will run the table and play these games for a little while until they realize that they're losing money, and they'll eventually start putting games elsewhere. They already put a game on Nintendo. That game isn't selling worth a damn. And the Horizon Lego game, it's not selling worth a damn. So I'm pretty sure that Xbox will see it. Now, I would like to see Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West instead. But I mean, is what Jez was saying here, was talking about like, the Final Fantasy 16 is definitely coming. Black Myth Wukong's definitely coming. Helldivers 2 is still being rumored. Those rumors are still being hot on the press. So, I mean, and then the Lego Horizon West game, I mean, those are still, it's not God of War, Spider-Man, or Uncharted, but it's still something. And it's something that we've never seen before really happen in the industry. So things is changing. Nintendo is definitely going to be last on it. I think that, like, I did agree with what Hip Hop Gamer said. He said it earlier this year about from a rumor that Nintendo will be putting some games on the PC. I do believe that they'll do about 2026. Times is just changing, man. Times it's changed. And I'm thinking for my Xbox brethren out there, look, I know it's tough. I know it's tough. I like I said, I don't like it either. But are y'all gonna leave or are y'all gonna stay, man? I'm gonna read some of these comments in here. Over here, some from in here. See how the crowd feels. Let me read this. This person says, this strategy makes sense in the long run. Expanding the Xbox ecosystem across devices could redefine what it means to be an Xbox fan, making gaming more accessible and inclusive. However, it's a bold move away from the traditional console loyalty that might take time for some fans to embrace. It's going to take a long time. Because you got people that's already saying, I'm done with Xbox, I'm moving around. And then you also, I seen that Addict said something about like he most likely won't be buying an Xbox, the next coming up Xbox. I mean, that's of course that's his opinion. I think that's pretty damn drastic. But what's happening, Mike Johnson? I think that's pretty goddamn drastic. But who am I to say that he's wrong or right? Like I said, ain't nobody wrong or right on this situation. If you're mad about it, you're mad about it. You know what I mean? Now, the thing that cracked me up is that I seen my brother Tim Dog. He hit me up on TikTok, just asking how I was doing. I asked how he was doing, and then that was it. But you know what I'm saying? I got much love for Tim Dog, always will. I don't agree with his bullshittery with the flip-flop thing, but you know what I'm saying? But my brother sit there and posted something and I cracked up because I'm like, hold up. You left Xbox for PlayStation and now you over here hyping up Xbox games to come on PlayStation. On PlayStation, which means to me is like you can take the Xbox out of the person, but you damn sure can't take the Xbox, the person out of from the Xbox. Because I mean, it's just, I think I said that right. I might have said it wrong. I posted it right. I know that. Hold on, I'm gonna have to find it. Hold on. I know I said it because it got some attention. Oh, there it is, right there. I sit there and I said I thought bro left to be a PlayStation fanboy, and then I said you can take the person out of the Xbox, but you can't take the Xbox out the person. Like, I mean, brother, you can't sit there and show this and get hyped. Look at all this Xbox greatness right here, and you over here showing PlayStation logos. That's ridiculous to me. Come on, bro. You left. This should all be nothing but PlayStation greatness, but we know that y'all waiting. So y'all need this Xbox. And Xbox sees this. PlayStation knows this. And look, PlayStation is and I know this is the thing right here that bugs me the most. Not so much about Xbox making this move, because Xbox is always about making these type of moves. What is the thing that bothers me the most is that PlayStation is still going to get away with with the way that they handle business by keeping games away from Xbox as much as they possibly can. Now, if there's something that where Microsoft can maneuver, try to get the regulators or somebody to be looking at how PlayStation runs these tactics, since PlayStation did the same type of thing. Like, I don't want Xbox to keep trying to play the kumbaya thing now. Like, I mean, you've already done the ultimate kumbaya by I'm going to put Xbox once upon a time exclusives on PlayStation. Now it's got to be about nothing but cutthroat. You gave him the farm. You know what I'm saying? You can't let them keep trying to burn the farm down. You know what I mean? So they could push you aside and put their own farm there, right? Because PlayStation has been trying to put the boot to the throat and finish Xbox off. Now they can't do it. It's virtually almost impossible now because of ABK and because of Call of Duty, because that is a huge moneymaker for PlayStation. So it's pretty much, they can't get them out of there. So it's up to Xbox and to Microsoft of how their strategy is going to win overall, to put PlayStation in a position to say, we got to play ball, or PlayStation is going to have to try to keep up because Xbox games will become played more on PlayStation. Now, I mean, I made a point yesterday. Hold on. What did he say? He said, "This is not PlayStation's fault. It's not PlayStation's fault. It is not PlayStation's fault whatsoever, Mike Johnson. It's not. It's not. It's not PlayStation's fault. Xbox has stepped on their own feet too. It's stepped on the damn rake so many damn times in the last 2 generations. No question. It's not PlayStation's fault. But the problem is that, listen, those gamers that couldn't stand what Xbox was doing back in 2016, I actually loved it. I was in all support from it. Now we get to this point, all Xbox gamers are fine with it now, with Xbox putting games on PC. Matter of fact, you got plenty of Xbox gamers now saying Xbox PC, the merger thing or whatever. That's where we're at now, right? So the same thing is going to happen with this. We're going to get to a point to where, the media is going to take shots, PlayStation gamers are going to take shots, and then there's going to be a point to where it just gets completely silent because nobody's not going to care anymore, right? So the question will be the demand for these Xbox games, right? Like, Xbox has got a lot of games cooking, and I know that we would like those games to be exclusive and stay on Xbox or PC and mobile and cloud or whatever, but obviously they're not going to do that. So now the question is what you're going to do with marketing. Because now, if you're really going to push these games out there, then you got to entice the PlayStation fan in order for them to buy that game, to look at that Xbox game more so than they do the PlayStation game that will be coming around when usually you drop your big title, PlayStation is going to be dropping their big title. Unless there's, unless it's a certain year where PlayStation is really not, doesn't really have anything to really offer except for maybe the multiplats or whatever, a big time multiplat that they got the licensing rights to, or the license rights to, or whatever. You gotta get that right, that advertising right, because I mean, just saying like this is an Xbox, that's cute and all, but you got to come with it, because I believe PlayStation is really going to come with it, especially when their games are coming. And then while PlayStation is still keeping games away from Xbox, you're going to keep making some Xbox gamers out there very frustrated, because you're over here touting and kissing PlayStation's ass and PlayStation gamers' ass to buy your games. But then on the flip side, Xbox consoles look like they're being abandoned and astray because the advertising isn't good enough or whatever, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, Xbox has to make all the right decisions going forward now, since they made this big move. Because if they make any crazy other decisions, they're going to lose. They're going to lose a lot of Xbox gamers. I mean, they're not, like I said, they're not going to lose me. Got too much invested, but they will. And then going forward, what does that mean about the Xbox console? What does that mean for the Xbox console going forward to look attractive to non-Xbox gamers, right? Like, I mean, I'm getting the next Xbox. I know that most of you guys are going to get the next Xbox. But for the non-Xbox gamer, and I understand the whole strategy, because it's like, okay, they're not going to get an Xbox, but they'll buy our software, and software is king. I know that. I get that. I understand that wholeheartedly, right? But what I have a problem with is, right, what is the advertising going to look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what we got, you know what I'm saying? The strategy here is just like, it's here, but I don't know. That's why I was wanting to probably wait until tomorrow to really kind of break everything down. Cause right now I'm just still in a state of like, yeah, I don't know. Let me see that. Read some more. Ray. No, man, I'm not retiring. Not yet. I retired the GRG podcast. No. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm getting ready to start a new podcast coming forward in 2025, and I'm just kind of reshifting my ideas of what I want to do with not only, I mean, I'm still going to be doing the same things I do with my channel, in the sense of talking about, doing my thought videos and streaming stuff like that. But I just wanted to put GRG to rest and start something different on the group podcast type of aspect. So I've been wanting to do that for a while. So I got that already done. The last episode of GRG was last Friday. And so, I moved on from that. And so we're getting ready to move on to something else, but I'm not retiring yet. So, anyway, let me read what Ritli says. It's funny enough, I just bought an Xbox One for $15. Damn, wow. He says I will use it. He said I will use it as remote play console. Oh, as a remote play console. Oh, okay, yeah, that's smart. I still have my Xbox One X. It's in my closet. I like to tend to hold on to my consoles. I mean, I used to do the whole trade-in thing, and then I just like, nah, man, I want to kind of hold on, because now with this new technology and stuff like that, older consoles, I feel that it's still important, especially like looking at the days of how these games come in. Like when you look at games like Concord, you buy a game and you spend money on it, and the game shuts down in a month. Like, bro, like that's crazy. So like, I still feel that retro gaming is very, very important. And I think that I can respect the fact that Xbox is looking into wanting to preserve old games and things like that. So anyway, but this was something that I thought that was pretty damn funny. Oh, by the way, There's a sale on Xbox right now. I do got Jedi Survivor on PC. But man, I couldn't resist, man. Jedi Survivor for $9, bro. And then I still haven't played Wild Hearts. I don't know anybody that's played Wild Hearts. Let me know what you think about it. UFC, I bought USC. I bought the whole crew. UFC 3 or 4. I can't remember. Cervix, man, which USC was that I bought everybody? I bought that for everybody on the crew, and because I was gonna man, we could play this on Fight Night, and then come to find out that it wasn't it was only like a multiplayer for a 2-on-2, and it's it didn't have any extra rooms, a room to where you can people can wait, and then we could just take turns to fight, and then we didn't even get to play it. Cervix, man, I don't even think even booted it up. My God. Anyway, so I said I'm done with that. What's going on? Okay, so Ray, what is Wild Hearts really good? I mean, it did look it looked satisfying, but anyway, it's $9. I think it's the Ultimate Edition too. So hold on, let me see. Let me hit that picture. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the Ultimate Edition. So yeah, $9, $14 for UFC. Man, if you've not played Immortals of Avium, I recommend it. It is a great game. It is a really great game. Really great game. Was it? It was FC. It was FC 22. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. I bought it, man. We didn't even. Did you even boot that up? Sorry, man. Man, what brother say? He said, Sekiro said, I heard Fight Night. He says, come get these hands, mega. Oh, bro. I mean, now I have not played Fight Night in a long time, and I need to go back and start playing Undisputed because I have Undisputed as well. So, I mean, listen, I'm bringing Fight Night back. I've been saying that it was going to be coming, and I'm going to be moving it to another day. I'm going to still do Fight Night on Sundays, but I think I'm going to do it pre-recorded because for some reason, my kids like to come through on Sunday nights and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to whatever. But, I can't be an asshole and say, man, don't come over here. I'm from the stream. So I'm like, okay, so I'm definitely going to move Fight Night to another day, the live stream. So it's going to be sometime during the week, maybe on a Thursday, something like that. Probably Thursday. And then I'll still be doing Fight Night Sundays, but it'll probably be pre-recorded. And if anybody can catch me, when I'm playing my fighters on a Sunday, if you see me playing a fighter on a Sunday, man, just hop in and say what's up. But yeah, man, you can come. We can come and do that, man. I need to be playing a Fight Night on a Fight Night Sunday or something like that, or Undisputed. So that might be one of those games that I might come out and try to play. I know I would Triple Cup Chuck and Tax. Man, them brothers was serious on that game, man. I think I only won one match, and I was playing with Tyson, and I got him with a lucky punch. And I sit there and I played Dealer too. Dealer was really good at Fight Night, and I knocked his ass out too with Tyson. So I played Next Gen on it. I've dusted him up pretty good, man. I was playing with Hearns, and then I played with De La Hoya. I took him out. But yeah, no, Tax and Dealer and Triple Cup Chuck, man, they know how to play that boxing shit, man. So I need to get my game together. So, okay. So I know that the Wild Hearts is somewhat kind of like Monster Hunter. I know it's got a different kind of twist to it, but I thought the service was shut down. So that's why I haven't even looked at it. So I mean, for $9, you can't beat that. So anyway, that's on sale. Go check that out. And I don't know if you get the same thing on I'm sure you get the discounts on PlayStation 2 if you signed up for EA Play. But yeah, there's a real good sale going on there, and then we get this. Now this was kind of funny to me. This had me cracking up because that's why I said these PC cats are gonna have Tifa and Aerith, for these gaming streets. I can't believe that these developers, bro, sometimes these developers getting way out of pocket. This dude said, no offense or inappropriate PC mods, please, says Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director. Who the hell do you think you are, bro? And who do you think you talking to? You're talking to the people that are going to smut the hell out of all three of these characters, but definitely Tifa and old girl. So yeah, they cooked. They cooked. They are cooked. What you say? It said, what's your fighting game rotation at the moment? Right now, I just been no life in Tekken. I jumped back on Street Fighter 6 late last week. Got cooked because I was playing with Terry Bogard and getting my ass handed to me. I think I won. I'm in bronze. I got my bronze, but man, I think out of those matches that kind of set you up, because if you win so many, you can get silver or gold right off the bat. Man, I think I won like 3 matches. That was it. Like I was getting cooked. So because I haven't played Street Fighter in a minute, I've been no life in Tekken. So I'll be playing Tekken again. Thursday we'll do Fight Night, and then I don't know if I want to play Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or if I want to play something completely different. Like Grand Blue or something like that. I might try to play Undisputed. So yeah, that will probably be my rotation. Will be Tekken and Undisputed, and probably Street Fighter 6. So Undisputed will probably be the last one. I'll play some Tekken, Street Fighter 6, and then get down on some Undisputed. So hopefully have some good run in Tekken, and then get my head beat in Street Fighter 6 because I need to practice for sure. I need to find out which character besides Blanca and Dhalsim are like my best characters on Street Fighter 6, which is wild because I never was a fan of either one of them. But those are my two best players, and Ken, of course. But I need to find out who's my other players that I want to play with. And I mean, and none of the new characters so far has resonated with me, because even Terry Bogard is kind of wild and different, and I'm not really feeling them. But like again, I haven't played in so long. I'm just really rusty, and after you played it, and then there's been like 4 or 5 patches, things is just different. I just need to put the time in, and I'll get it together. But yeah, so if you need to come on through, man. Just watched DCG. He will be able to make another 500 funeral. Disrespectful. He said he will be able to make another 500 funeral for Xbox. Listen, Xbox is not dead, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. It's okay. Xbox will be absolutely fine. It's just that the reality of it is that the game has changed, and we got to we got to adapt, or you move on. It's just that simple. That's why I made the headline like I did. It was like, look, is it time for move on from the Xbox console? Not from Xbox, but from the Xbox console. And I think Xbox is actually maybe trying to encourage it a little bit. Because Xbox knows that they're never going to catch PlayStation or Nintendo on console sales. It's never going to happen. The closest that they got there was the 360. The Xbox One should have been the more dominant console, but because of Xbox mistakes, it's not. The lack of content, the misdirection of where of who was in charge, who wasn't in charge. At one point, Xbox, the Xbox was looked down upon as just a waste of money. Now Xbox is making all different types of money, and it's even, listen, it is fascinating. I think that PlayStation had their best opportunity last gen to stop Xbox. That's gone now. It's over. So when Stans keeps saying that, Xbox is done, it's finished, it's dead. Nah, the console might eventually be dead, but nah. Xbox is fine. Xbox is absolutely fine. Yo, Curie, what's happening with you, girl? PlayStation guy is too much, honestly. Like, listen, I don't listen to that guy, so what I'm saying? I just see what people do in clips. Listen, I don't. So if you're talking about Dreamcast guy, like I don't pay attention to that, like that stuff, and you know, like the Reforged Gaming and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know those people, so I'm not going to talk bad about them. But I just see the clips that they saying, and they can tell it's a bunch of bullshit. Like I mean, some of these guys don't even play the games. Like you know, when they talk down about Xbox or whatever. Like there was one guy that today, it was pretty funny. He was over here. He showed his stats on his PlayStation stats, right? And so I'm like, oh, that's cool. He put like 240 some hours into Helldivers. Now that's more hours than I put into Helldivers too. So, you know, kudos to him. But that was his top 1, 2, 3. Like I'm like, hold on, I put more hours in goddamn Metaphor. What are you talking about? Like you talking all this shit about about all these games that that PlayStation's going to get from Xbox, and you only got 3 or 4 games that's on your list. And then then he showed like something, like he played like 48 games. I said, well, show those stats of those other games that you, out of those 48. Well, he didn't do that. He couldn't do that, right? Because I mean, we know what it is. He played a whole bunch of, played those 48 and probably just went through, played a little something and move on. I mean, I've done that all the time, right? But it's one of those things to me, it's kind of like, it's wild that you get some of these stands out here that will brag about Xbox games coming over, but yet you don't even play your PlayStation games enough. You know, then there's some of those PlayStation games, maniacs like me that play games like fools, and we just enjoy, going through games like a fine tooth comb. And I'm not judging anybody that plays games on easy or anything like that. People got things to do, right? But for me, it's just like when you got these people that will tell you that Xbox is dead and Xbox doesn't have any games and Xbox doesn't provide quality and this and that and the third, but then yet on the flip side, they're bragging about Xbox games coming over to PlayStation. Now the question is will they support these games or all the, that's the thing, right? I mean, let's keep it a buck. PlayStation gamers not only want Xbox games, but they want Game Pass. They just don't want to admit it. They want PlayStation to give them a Game Pass. PlayStation says, hell with y'all. I ain't giving y'all shit. I ain't giving y'all nothing like that. You will never see anything like that on PlayStation. Ever. 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 So, again, it's one of those things that, and let me go back to my man Sadia. Oh man, I was fighting for my life. I'm gonna tell you this right here. I know that I'm kind of rambling now. I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. Clyde belongs in Soulcaliber. I will say this: I'm very impressed of how they played it. And I don't think that there was any Project Soul developers that was playing on it, because they kind of have like a rivalry. Project Soul and the Tekken team, right? Like they got this rivalry, but I was impressed with how Clyde played. Clyde plays dope. So I mean, he plays real good, but he belongs to Soulcaliber, and I need to see another Soulcaliber. So Harada, Project Soul, man, get that shit to go in. We need that. We need to get that Soulcaliber popping off, man. Because this right here don't make no sense with Nantes and how he played, and now you got Clive. Come on, man, y'all tripping. I you know what I'm saying? Look, okay. Anyway, I gotta go back to my man Sadia, man. I got to go back to my man Sadia. Let's go back to it.
Particular growth category.
Again, for the people who just now getting through, thank y'all for coming through. Let's listen to my man one more time, man. One more time, explaining to us Xbox gamers and gamers that look like the whole slate's coming, man.
And the love for gaming. If I think about it, right, we chose
I love gaming, but
secular growth category in entertainment, which we think is gaming, and said, let's double down on it. And it's been a passion for Microsoft ever since. In fact, I think Flight Simulator launched before Windows or Office even. And so it's like one of the longest franchises in this company. I mean, so we said, let's take that.
Flight Simulator's on the way too, guys.
Everywhere. And that's why even these ads with Xbox now, where we are redefining what it means to be an Xbox fan. It's about being able to enjoy Xbox on all your devices. So our strategy with Activision content now is in full force. We feel fantastic about the progress we've made. And more importantly, I think on long term, as a company, we can bring the best of AI innovation, cloud innovation, console innovation, PC innovation to build the best games that can be enjoyed by gamers everywhere. And the love for...
You know what breaks my heart more than anything out of this? You know what breaks my heart more than anything out of this whole conversation, right? Xbox is going to bring some heat. Xbox is going to bring damn fire and brimstone to the gaming space. Bro, they're going to bring some pure heat. And that shit going to be played everywhere. That's the one thing that breaks my heart, because there would be nothing like, I would really be on my console war bullshit right now, man, knowing the slate of content that Xbox is going to bring to the table. And I would definitely be on my console war bullshit, bragging, saying, look, man, you got no choice but to buy an Xbox. Or build you a PC and man, be a part of the team. Be a part of the team. Now, I mean, and again, I'm not. I'm just that one time to just, you know what I'm saying, from Indiana Jones, South by Midnight, Perfect Dark probably won't come out until 2026. I heard that it potentially might be pushed back. Mecha Break. Now that's crazy. Mecha Break did only show that it was only coming on Xbox and PC, but I'm thinking that's going to be a time exclusive. But okay, keep it moving. The Gears game, Halo. Oh my God, Elden Ring. I mean, not Elden Ring. Elder Scrolls and Outer Worlds 2, and man, more content for Starfield with. All this content that's going to be dropping, coming on, and then stuff that we still don't know about, like the Doom game the Dark Ages and others. Man, if they were all exclusive, just think how that would make the stands feel. They'd be curled up in the fetal position right now because they would be so angry that PlayStation hasn't offered them nothing but Astrobot. Bro, think about this for a hot second. They would have nothing but Astrobot, Concord, and they can only brag about Helldivers 2 and Rebirth, a game that's not even theirs. And they would brag, about Black Myth, but then Xbox games are like, man, look at all this stuff that we got coming. On top of, we're going to get Black Myth. I mean, Foam Stars, we're going to get Foam Stars too, but they, you know what I'm saying? I'll play it. I'll see what it's like. And then potentially we might get Helldivers 2, and we're gonna get another PlayStation game. We might potentially get that Horizon Lego game. Can you see the flip side of that? It would be joyous. But again, I get the bigger picture. It does pay me as a console warrior. It does pay me that I can't have that moment of just sitting there bragging about Stalker 2 and then, oh my goodness, like we ain't even talking about Stalker 2 enough. And Stalker 2 is a good game too. Like, man, God. Yeah, you do. Sekiro. You want them foam stars. You want that foam star. Don't play. Curie says you'll get one. It's just more likely that Star Rail comes first. I just did a survey asking for platforms I play on by that team. Now Star Rail comes because Genshin Impact is it's a big download too. It's like 100 gigs to download, but Genshin Impact finally on Xbox, like I was bringing up earlier. Final Fantasy Online is on Xbox. So Xbox is on top of all the stuff that Xbox has acquired and everything that Xbox gets now. And if Xbox just kept these games exclusive, it would just be great. I get it, though. The man doesn't like, Sadia don't like exclusives. I don't know if, I mean, from the rumors that was talking about with Sarah Bond making, say kind of making this pitch, and it seems like it's that it broke through. Obviously, I mean, Phil Spencer is the one that's is in charge of Xbox, and obviously, like I said, he sees something. He sees the potential in this, and so therefore, listen. I'll say it then. I'll say it now. And Phil, I trust. I mean, they know something. So we'll see. Now, but I mean, just thinking about it and thinking how great that would have been to sit there and just throw them flames on them. Okay, yeah, Astrobot won Game of the Year, but man, that's that. Look at what y'all got, man. Look at what y'all got. Golly, wow, boy, that. Well, what could have been? What could have been? The opportunity was right there. I mean, we talked about this about the future of Xbox years ago, and the possibility of what Xbox could become, but we thought about that with the exclusives, and also about how the console would be going forward and how that console would be wanted. The console is still going to be wanted by people like me, but again, that, like I brought up earlier, I can understand when people feel like the console will not be as wanted. And like I said, Xbox might have seen something to where they know that they're not going to sell as many consoles like the 360 ever again. I mean, and PlayStation is not going to ever sell as many consoles as what they did with the PlayStation 2. They might not ever catch up with the PlayStation 4. So who knows? Who knows? Nintendo, they'll do fine for a little while, but then again, if Nintendo has always been the one to do something wacky, and people would like, that's the stupidest thing that I'd ever seen, but then it works for them. So Xbox does wacky things, and who would have thought to this day? Think about this for a second. Who would have thought about this? And to Sean, I'm gonna give Deshaun credit for this. He said, think about broadband. Like, when you look at the situation with dial-up, right, and how we were excited about dial-up, but then we got annoyed by dial-up because it was like, man, what is this? It was cool, but then it just wasn't cool. And then when you start dealing with broadband, and then you've seen the full potential about how it is, and now you look at like how our cell phones work and how now we got the gigablast and whatever else that's in other people's regions and areas when it comes to high speed internet and the potential of that. Now we in the age of AI and all these other things here, like all these wacky things that we once looked at and was like, man, I don't know, like how much we appreciated the CD, how much we appreciated the record, how much we appreciated the cassette, how much we could, now streaming is the thing, right? Like, I mean, there's more people that check out that rather not go to the movies. Now, I love going to the movies myself personally, but there's more people that want to check in to go to the movies than they do go to. I'm sorry. There's more people that don't want to go to the movies and rather wait till that movie comes on so they can stream it. They can stream it and watch it at home in the comforts of their own home. So. Who would have thought this? Like, when you look at from how Netflix was when they would deliver video games and movies to your house to now Netflix is just an app, so, and gamers, this is the thing about gamers that always confuses me, because we have grown up into this time of technology and enhancements all over the place, all around us, from appliances, vehicles, the way that we eat, the way that we try to get healthy, all of these things, right? All these enhancements are all around us. But for some reason, video games have to stay in its own lane and still be this way. Like it can't evolve, right? Like it evolved just a tiny bit, but it can't go full throttle this way. That's just not how technology works. And especially when we keep asking for games to be this way, to be more technologically sound, to have this much stuff, and that much stuff into it graphically and frames and all this other stuff, man, like things got to change. And here we are. And Xbox is doing one of those wacky things. I think that it will benefit Xbox at the end of the day. The question is how many people are going to stick around? That's the big question. So you said I'm a part of the stream and home crowd, and she said, and Microsoft is too big for one plastic box. Let me read that. He says Microsoft is too big for one plastic box with all these studios. No, you're right. That's the thing. Like, I mean, yeah, you can look at it and say that the ABK deal changed everything because ABK is that big. So, but yeah, my thing, a lot of us was thinking like, okay, yeah, the mobile thing is going to be massive for them, PC massive, and the console in cloud, right? But Xbox is like, look, man, we want. So let's get that PlayStation money. Let's get that Nintendo money. Like, and again, the era of thinking that Xbox is going to go away is totally gone. PlayStation had their opportunity last gen. They didn't do it. They couldn't finish the Xbox off. They tried. You could tell. It was almost over. I think it was almost over. I really do. And Phil Spencer saved the brand, saved Xbox, saved the brand. So, but here we are. And I'm sure Phil wasn't on board with this at first. But I think, like I said, they've seen something. We ain't seen it yet. And all we got to do now is just keep it working. Richili is saying in the chat, he says, gaming is still evolving. Gabe Newell is the spearhead of this innovation. I can agree. I mean, because this is the one crazy thing to me, and I've said this before. What wowed me out about PC guys, that they would get out there and they would talk bad about how all digital content was like the devil. And I'm like, hold up. Y'all PC guys, y'all don't get discs anymore. Like, and I'm like, well, but it resonated with the people that wanted the physical copy crowd. And I don't want that. Now look at this time right here and see that it's like 90% that goes digital, and it's only like what 8%. Like, you know what I'm saying? So again, we're going to be in an age, and especially with the new consoles, man, I don't even think that this might be the next console. Don't know about PlayStation. I think PlayStation, when it comes to a hard drive, to a disk drive, might be completely cooked, especially if those rumors are true about them, kind of prolonging the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro for a while. But for the next Xbox, I am pretty much sure that will probably be the last console that will ever have a disk drive. It's over. They're discontinuing. I said this yesterday. They're discontinuing the Blu-rays, the Blu-ray players and DVD players. They're not going to just redo. They might consider doing something late. I don't think they will. I think just the way that the whole game is being displayed is like, look, man, everything is going all digital. You can play games through cloud. You got, the technology is there. There's going to be AI all implemented and stuff like that, man. No telling what these consoles will be capable of doing and how they will perform. I think we might be in for a treat, for real, for how crazy the technology will be in these boxes. Now, again, how much do we got to pay, though? That's the question. How much are we paying for this? If we're going to be paying $700 for a mid-gen refresh console, then $700 is the new standard for sure. And for an upgraded version of a new console, and see, and that's another thing too to put in perspective. See, I didn't really think about that until now. I've talked about it before, but not onto this topic. Added onto this factor, the consoles of how much they're going to cost going forward, and are we as gamers still willing to pay that type of money for a console? They're getting, it's much more reasonable, even though it's really expensive to pay for a upgraded PC, gaming PC these days. Not for all of them. If you kind of want to just linger back and wait for a good deal for like the 30 series or something like that, or for a cheaper AMD card, stuff like that. That's fine. I mean, as a matter of fact, the new Intel card that's going to be coming out, if not it's already out, it's going to be affordable, but it's not going to be it's going to be on the equivalent, I think, on the 4060, something like that, a 4060. Maybe a 4070. I think it's more of a 4060, but it's going to be affordable. So there'll be those gamers that will look into that for a PC. But for console only gamers, are you willing? Now there's some out there that bought a $700 or $800+ half a hybrid, but it wasn't that many of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And again, if Xbox is coming out here with their most badass console that they've ever made, that thing ain't gonna be cheap. That thing is not going to be cheap. And the next PlayStation is not going to be cheap either. And these companies know that, and they also know that people aren't going to be so hell bent, especially if there's tariffs, you know what I'm saying? Let's hope that that's not going to be that's not going to happen. We don't want to put that factor in there, so we'll erase the tariff thing here. But these consoles are going to be $700 easily. I mean, this new Switch could be easily $500. Like we're there now. I've always said that if a console goes over $600, a lot of people are going to frown on it. It doesn't matter how much of a console fan you are, you're going to frown on that. Now, of course, it's more of a thing of what's the technology, this, that, and the third. But the one thing that what's going to be the one of the determining factors of what make people say, well, I think I'll do it, but it has to have this, and it's going to be something. It's going to be about that 60 frames per second for every game, and you're not going to get that. You're still not going to get that. What's going on, Dwayne? What Fahim say? He said they're about slowing down on the Blu-ray. They're only slowing down. No, I read that. I read that report. They're not slowing down. They're done. They're discontinuing. I read that. I read that, and matter of fact, it made me go look and see. Go check on prices, and they're cheap. Really high end stuff that I was seeing. Like the most expensive one that I seen was like $300 and some dollars. So no, they're not slowing it down. They wrapping it up. So it's out of there, brother. Let's see. Intel Gen X Gamer says the Intel beats the 460 for 250. Okay, so it beats the 460. So it is around it's like the 470. Okay. All right. Yeah, for 250, I thought it was 300, but that's a fantastic price. But Intel needs to make that, got to make a splash, because NVIDIA is definitely the dominant one when it comes to what the GPU can bring and provide for, stellar gaming. AMD is very affordable. They bring some high quality stuff too, but it's just not on the level of AMD. I mean, as NVIDIA. So Intel has to got to do something. They got to do it. They got to pull the NBA 2K5 method. Bring some high quality for a good low price to get people to say, okay, I'm signing on board. 12 gigabytes is enough for a 1080p, right? But see, again, this is the thing. Okay, so you got a lot of people that's upset with Xbox, and they're saying that they're going to go to PC, right? Or you got those few that'll say that they're going to jump over to PlayStation or whatever. Okay, right? Unfortunately, I've never heard these people say they're going to jump and flip over to the Nintendo. Like that's pretty wild, though. But if they're going to get a PC, right, they're not going to settle for that 1080p because they're going to want 4K. They're not going to settle for the 1080p. That's the thing. So you're going to be caught in a position to where, okay, you got a $700 console, $700+ console. Unless Xbox makes another attempt to make an S, which I don't think they will. I think that's what the handheld is for. So that handheld could be anywhere from $400 to $500 itself. So it could be $300 to $500. I think it might be one of those things where if the rumors is true about, you can dock it and stuff like that. So I think that maybe it'll start at like a $350, and you can upgrade it to maybe a $500 version or whatever. So the handheld will be the new Series S or whatever, right? And then you got the console that's going to be $700, right? Well, that's great. No, I mean, I'm definitely going to get down with that. But how many gamers will do that? Like, and especially and I don't like calling them the casual market because they buy games and play games just like we do. But I mean, they are called the casual market. The casual market ain't gonna bite like that. What they're gonna do is they're gonna look and see how the Series S. They're gonna look at the Series X, and then they're gonna buy that. That's why the PlayStation 4 was selling was hitting that hit good high numbers because people are like, man, what the PlayStation 5 has gone up in price. Now Black Friday was a good affordable price. It was like $365 for the old model or whatever. So that was a good price. And so I'm sure that they sold a lot of those. But when you're looking at that $550 price tag, people are still, man. So you raise those prices up more, that's only going to diminish the sales for these consoles. But people are demanding that these consoles give more. So therefore, you see the issue of why Xbox, especially, is going to be in that position to where they're like, look, man, we want to make our console competitive, and actually, we probably want to make the best console that we've ever made, more, make it more powerful than our competition. But people got to pay to play, and if people are sitting here saying, look, man, I'm just going to go ahead and buy a PC, well, that's fine. But if you want something that's comparable to that, you're going to have to, you're going to pay about the same or a little bit more. And if you want to go scorched earth like I did and others, then you're going to be paying thousands of dollars. But then you ain't got to worry about upgrading anything because you already got the high-end stuff as it is. And you can wait 5 to 6, 7 years to upgrade something because, even though there's going to be something that comes out every other year or something like that, you can still upgrade later because the technology that you already have will carry over for at least 2 or 3 generations. I would say 5 generations, according to how rapid that they keep bringing this stuff in. So these GPUs and stuff and CPUs in. So, and then you can budget accordingly. And you can kind of do that same thing with PCs that you do with consoles. Wait every 5 to 7 years to upgrade. But you got to take that the initial step to put in the money, especially as expensive as the high end stuff is. So it's just we'll see what gamers do. We'll see how they choose. We'll see where they go with this. I don't know. Gen X said, I have a 77 OLED, so I build a 4K capable PC. My TV does 4K 144 hertz. Right. So like my TV's older now. My Q90R. I mean, it's like my third screen for when I got my PC on. For right now, you see me looking up. I got like tags moved over up on that and stuff like that, and so I got my other little screen right here. But my TV it does 120. It does 4K 120, but my Samsung monitor does 144 hertz, and like that is an incredible difference. It is. That's why I'm like, I really enjoy monitors a lot, but I'm a TV guy. See, I'm in a weird box right now because I'm so much. I'm really. I really enjoy the PC experience, but I'm a console guy. So it's like you can do both. And like I said, I've been playing more PC than I have ever, but I still play more on my console. But it's the same thing kind of like with my TVs. I'm like with the TV and the monitor. The monitor has a lot of advantages that I wasn't really ever paying attention to because I never really had a monitor this good. And then I'm looking at the TV and I know that it's time to get ready to upgrade my TV, but then I'm like, do I want to upgrade my monitor? Like, so that's the thing. Like, it's so wild right now. Like my whole gaming thing is flipped. And I think Xbox also knows that gamers is like, once they get the taste of a PC experience, some might not ever come back to console. I mean, I'm always gonna, as long as they're a console, I'm gonna buy one. But I'm not gonna buy every console anymore. And that's what I'm saying. Like that was my last PlayStation. I'm not buying another PlayStation again. I don't put enough time into the PlayStation anymore. As long as I'm getting PlayStation software on my PC, the games that I like to play on PlayStation, they look so much better on through my rig than they could ever look on a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. So it's or even a PlayStation Pro. So why would I waste that money on getting a PlayStation Pro? It doesn't make no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? And so what Mike Johnson said, K-Maker still has that black and white TV to play Atari on. Bro, where's the rabbit ears? I got them right there, man. It got that wall mount TV. No, you stupid. I mean, my TV is older now. I mean, my Q90R has been holding up, man. I really, that's why I'm a Samsung fan, because all the LG televisions that I bought, they're all out. Like, I gave my 65-inch LG to my daughter because when she moved into her apartment, she said that thing went out, and I only had that thing for 5 years. That's my first true 4K gaming TV, which was the Sony Bravia. That thing's still going strong. My wife took that TV; it's in the bedroom, right? My Samsung is like 8 years old now, and still going tough. It's still going tough. Now, the difference is though, what I noticed when I'm playing off of my monitor and I'm looking at a certain game, and then I go and I play a game, like for instance, I'll play a Play Anywhere title, and I'll play it on PC, and then I'll play, and then of course it's going to look better from the PC, so I'm not really tripping about that. But I'm expecting the quality to look about the same, and it's a little fleshed out because it's in some cases it's a lot fleshed out. I'm like, oh yeah, my shit getting old. I gotta upgrade. So then that's where I'm like, I gotta give me another monitor, or I gotta give me another TV. And so I'm kind of in flux with that. But again, that's what gamers has got to get adjusted to, especially if they say that they're going to go and they're going to jump to PC. And it might be a situation to where for gamers who don't care that much about, wanting to get the most high end anything, to where, in about a couple of years, maybe go and get a PlayStation Pro to upgrade from the PlayStation 5. But I mean, because PSSR is not doing very well right now. And again, that's okay because it's going to take time for it to get acclimated. It's not enough. I don't think there's enough people yet for it to get acclimated to where you can get a real good grasp of the technology that it has yet. I mean, it's really good technology, so it's going to benefit PlayStation going forward. But I just think that, man, like for PlayStation fans, that next console that PlayStation is going to bring, that shit ain't going to be cheap. It ain't going to be cheap at all. So that's what I'm saying. So it's a weird situation going forward at this point in time because everything is going to be more expensive. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of these gaming companies sit here and start trying to push the needle and start trying to get, not all games, of course, but try to get certain titles that they know that people play and try to push it into $80 standard. Take-Two is the first thing that comes to my mind in Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, it could be the very first one that can make that push to say, look, because they kept talking about it, and I wonder. And if you're looking at that situation, and we know the Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a massive game, but then here you go again. You got an $80. Let's say that they charge $80. They charge $80, and then Xbox got Perfect Dark or Fable dropping on PlayStation. What game do you think that they're going to get first? They're going to get Grand Theft Auto. And then if like I said yesterday, if that game comes out, let's say Perfect Dark comes out in October, early November. Well, you got that whole slate of games that's going to come out in October, and usually PlayStation drops their big titles in October and November. So that's what I'm saying. Advertising's going to have to be on point because you're going to be competing to get that game for people to buy that game, to buy Fable or Perfect Dark over. You're trying to solicit them to buy that over a God of War or I don't know, whatever else there's going to be, a Death Stranding 2 or something like that for PlayStation fans, and it ain't going to happen. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see. And then you got Call of Duty. Call of Duty is going to sell regardless, right? So I don't know. The strategy is sound, but it's. I don't think it's going to be as a sweet deal. It will be a sweet deal around when, let's say Perfect Dark or those games come out around tax time. But then the way games are just laid out all throughout the year, and especially PlayStation put games out on during tax time. You got games coming out on the summer. You got the sports game situation because you now got college football now. You're going to get eventually college basketball is going to come back. There's going to be, boxing is going to come back because EA has already said that they're working on EA big titles. So like, there's going to be so much content coming out here in the next few years or from here on. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. I don't know. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. I really do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm about to get out of here too. I've talked for an hour and 20 minutes. I put myself on a time limit. I always say I'm going to talk for about 30 minutes and get the hell out of here. But then I catch myself and I talk for an hour and a half because I get to rambling and get to talking. What Virginia said, GTA is a kid's game, brother. Come on now, stop it. Ray G4 said I'm paying whatever GTA 6 price is. Bro, I can't do that. Can't do that. If it's $80, I'm not paying $80 for no standard game. I don't care. I don't care how badass that game is. I don't care. Do I have a limit? Will I succumb to the throat needle for a Witcher 4 for $80? Yes, I would. Cyberpunk 2? Yes, I would. What other games? See, you got to give me a list before we get out of here. Guys, you got to give me a list. Give me a list in the chat of games that you would pay $80 for, and then I'll name some of these off. Tell me what game. So we got Rain G4 that says he'll pay $80 for Grand Theft Auto 6. So in the chat, please let me know what games you would pay $60 for. Yes, don't forget to hit that like button. You don't have to share because I'm about to get out of here in a minute, but you know what I'm saying? Hit the like, subscribe, whatever. You said I refunded the game, but the mask mechanic was quite fun. Oh, okay. He's talking about what's called it. So, let's see. I would. Okay, so for The Witcher, Mass Effect, I would pay $80 for a Mass Effect game. I would pay $80 for Cyberpunk. I know this is gonna sound unbelievable. I will not pay $80 for a new Tekken. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't pay $80 for a new Tekken. I'd wait for a sale, or I'd try to get some kind of way to get it cheaper. But I wouldn't pay $80 for standard. I don't think I pay $80 for any fighting game. So to be honest with you, I just wouldn't. As much as I love my fighters, I don't see myself paying any. If any fighter that's out there, and you know how much I love Tekken, Tekken is everything for me, but the only fighter I could see me paying that much for, if they decide and see it, watch, it would suck. It probably would be garbage, probably would be developed like trash. But just because I love that game so much, Battle Arena Toshinden. Just because, but I would do that for that game. Oh well, I take that back. Two fighters. If they did a Street Fighter cross Tekken or Tekken cross Street Fighter, okay, you got my money. You got me for $80 standard. You got it. Because that baby would be in 3D, and I would love to see how they would implement that. So there would be two fighters, no other fighters. There would no Mortal Kombat, no No regular Tekken, no Soulcaliber, no Virtual Fighter, none of it. No, not no $80 standard. Okay. All right. So we got Gen X here. Let's see. Let's go back with Gen X said. Gen X said The Witcher 4, Cyberpunk sequel, Black Myth sequel. Oof, would I pay $80 for Black Myth sequel? Damn it. I don't think I could do it. As much, I don't know, man. That would be, I don't know. I don't know. Black Myth is really cool. It was my game of the year. Man, I would definitely think about it. I would think about it. But yeah, Witcher 4, Cyberpunk sequel, Mass Effect sequel. I already said the two fighting games, but I'm trying to think of another game. And we're going to, ha! Rain said Gwent. You gonna pay that $80 for that Gwent? Bruh. Man, nah, I just play Gwent. I'll just play Gwent to since it'll be a free to play and make sure I get all the cards the old fashioned way, like I did when I was playing Gwent. Because I got every card in Gwent. Man, Gwent is so fun. I love Gwent. Oh man. Okay, you know what? But I'm not paying $80 for it. But yes, the first to ball. Oh my God, yes, I would pay 70. No, I can't pay 70 for Tabal. But you know what? Square Enix did say that they were going to start bringing back fighting games, and they did say that in the new CEO there is a big fan of Tabal. If they brought back Tabal, I'm copping. But see, again, I'm copping the $100 version of Tabal. So I mean, and just like Tekken and all the rest of them. But yeah, standard game, standard. I would not buy Tekken standard at $80. But I would get Street Fighter. I would get Tekken Cross Street Fighter for $80. I would get Battle Arena Toshinden for $80. Okay, that's a good one, Sir X-Man. Midnight Club, a new Midnight Club for $80. I would the new Forza Horizon, I'd pay $80 for it. Because I know what kind of content that I would be getting. Like, I mean, I would pay standard for Forza Horizon. Yeah, I would pay 80 standard on that. I would do that. Red Dead 2, I couldn't. I love Red Dead. But then you know what, man? That would be giving. Hold on, think about that. That would be giving 2 to 3. Okay, so you had Midnight Club, you got Red Dead, and then you would. Well, hold on. Red Dead, and then Grand Theft Auto 6. That is 3 games from Square Enix. I mean, from Rockstar that you paying $80 standard. No, they would just say, hell no, we're just gonna get every game is gonna be $80 standard. So Witcher 3 is the GOAT. Watch your mouth, Rain. The only game that's worth $80, that Stanley said, is Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, I guess I can agree with that, but I you know what I'm saying, like, oh. I just don't know if I would pay that much. I don't know. Redfall was the first game worth the $70. Don't you do? You know what? You nasty and messy, and that's why I got to get ready to get out of here, because that was disgusting. That was absolutely disgusting. $80 for $80 for a real Halo without microtransactions and with a world with multiple biomes, unlike Minecraft Infinite. Listen, and see, that's another great point that you brought up, Richie, is that if you ask me to pay for an $80 game standard, the microtransactions got to be out of there. They got to be gone. You know, I mean, and you got to at least give me. I mean, DLC is a thing too, and I would think that you would have to reduce the DLC. So instead of it being like $40, $30. I mean, there has to be a give and take here, but microtransactions absolutely need to be gone. If you're going to have me paying an $80 standard game $80 for a standard game. Michael, that game better not have no microtransactions. Only DLC that I'm okay with paying the money for, but I would think that should be reduced. But they most likely probably wouldn't reduce it. They probably would raise the price, because if you take away microtransactions, they would still try to find a way to get that extra income from you. So they probably would raise it another $10. But yeah, an $80 game and you still asking for microtransactions, and that's when I kind of get like, nah, bro, I can't do it. A split second 2. Yeah, I paid $80 for it. Disney could get me. Disney could get me, or well, they shut down that studio, so pass that on to Playground Games. Let Playground Games get the rights to that, man, and give me a split second 2. Oh, I'd pay the $80 for that. Yeah, no, that's one of my favorite racing games of all time. So yeah, I would do that. I would do that. Okay, all right. So, all right, guys, this was great. This is really fascinating stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had to make my points on this. And so, we got to the rambling part or whatever, but I do appreciate you guys checking out the stream. I'm about to get the hell out of here. I don't expect me having another video unless there's some other crazy news that pops up tomorrow or something like that. But I will stream Thursday. So hope you guys will come and check that out. And other than that, probably try to stream something on Saturday if I'm not gone somewhere with the wife or whatever. But yeah, we'll try to stream Thursday and Saturday, and then I'll see what's going on with Sunday for fight night as well. But I'll be doing fight night. I'll do fight night Thursday evening for sure. So what I'm saying. So what is it? What'd you say? Rich Chili's, you wilding out. $80 for Midtown Madness 4. Oh man, thank you, Stanley. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. He said Mega has Gwent tattoo. Bro, I do not. But I do got the Gwent ring of success. No, let me stop. Anyway, thanks, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. I'm out. Peace.